Old Trinity Church in Brooklyn, Connecticut, is not a holy place. It was built in 1771, and though it still stands, time has not blessed it. The moment you enter its yard, the quiet turns suffocating, the shadows too long, the church itself looming like it wants you gone. You pass through a wrought iron gate. Its rusted gate grinds, resisting as if it's warning you one last time before you enter. The churchyard opens into a grassy clearing, but the calm is only an illusion. The silence too deep, the air too heavy, as if the ground itself is holding its breath. Sometimes it's too difficult to open the gate, and you might be tempted to jump the wall, but that is a mistake. The wall is older than it looks, its stones blackened by moss and rain, and the locals say it is cursed. Allegedly, any trespassers who climbs over it feel an icy breath against the back of their neck, footsteps rushing close, though no one is there, unseen hands clawing until they're dragged down. People laugh at the story in the daylight. At night, no one dares, because no one climbs it twice. Graves carved into intricate Celtic crosses rise from the clearing, their designs worn but still clinging to the stone. Granite obelisks tower over tiny sunken plots, and twin headstones lean together like bodies buried side by side. One grave cracked open, its marker split jagged and raw, as though the earth itself had tried to spit out what was laid beneath. Other graves have been shoved over by disrespectful visitors and left face down in the dirt, insulted even in death. Ancient oaks blot out the sky while thin cedars twist upward, desperate for light, the whole yard pressed down by a sorrow too deep to name. And in the farthest corner, almost lost in the grass, a smaller stone lingers. Its name is still just visible, Eliza. She was a girl whose life belonged to others, but her sorrow belongs to this place. Stand too close, and the air thickens in your chest, heavy enough to steal your breath. Wait long enough, and you may hear it. Faint, broken cries drifting through the stones, the voice of a girl history tried to silence, but never could. From colonial days to the Civil War, the spirits at Old Trinity have never rested. And in the 1980s, they were disturbed when its darkness took on a name the whole town would remember. This quiet town was home to Michael Ross, a predator whose crimes scarred Connecticut forever. None of his victims were connected to Old Trinity Church, but locals insist he was drawn here all the same, returning again and again, like he was meeting the devil to take his orders. Some say the church became an obsession, a place he couldn't escape. Others go further, whispering he was possessed by something that lived inside those walls, a darkness that fed on him and made his name infamous. And it's here, in the echo of that darkness, that the woman in white is said to wander. Some believe she is one of Ross's lost victims, condemned to drift among the graves for eternity. She has been seen moving between the stones and standing silent at the edge of the pond, where the water ripples without wind, disturbed by a presence no one can see. But she never makes it past the wall. Each time, she vanishes at its edge, as though the curse swallows her whole, binding her sorrow to the churchyard forever. Old Trinity still stands, the gate still groans, the wall still waits, and the graves still whisper in the dark. To step inside is to feel unwelcome, as if something is urging you to turn back. Yet, at the same time, there's a pull, as though unseen spirits lean close, begging you to stay. They say the dead have never rested here, and perhaps they never will. Because Old Trinity is not a church, it is a warning, carved in stone and built into the timbers, raised by oppressed spirits, that the dead are not always silent, and the living are not always safe. Thank you for watching The Hauntings of Trinity Church, part of our Haunted Connecticut series. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content from Lost Pages Studios.